Hey everyone, how is it going, and welcome to my Oldschool Runescape solo Zamorak Godwars guide. The Zamorak Godwars boss, also known as Zamorak, I might be pronouncing that name wrong, but if I am, bear with me I guess. I mean, if you look at the way it's spelled, you really can't blame me for not pronouncing it right, so... Anyways, Zamorak is a level 650 boss that is located in the Zammy Godwars area. Requirements to kill the Zammy boss are level 70 hit points to actually enter the Zammy area, as well as a minimum of level 80 in all your melee stats. Recommended, however, to kill him is 90 plus at least in all your melee stats, and to be on a Greater Demon Slayer task. The Zammy boss does count as a Greater Demon, so if you wear a Slayer helm, that gives you an extra 15% boost in attack and strength, and it actually helps out pretty significantly. Alright, so now let's start going over your gear setups. There are two possible gear setups I'm going to show you, so I'll start with the one that I use. I wear a Warrior Helm, an Amulet of Fury, Carol's top and bottom, Dragon Boots, Barrow's Gloves, Kraken Whip, Fire Cape, a Dragonfire Shield, and a Ring of Life. So basically I'm going to talk about some of the things that I'm currently using. First of all, you might be thinking, why the hell are you wearing a Warrior Helm? A Warrior Helm is actually one of the best items to wear for soloing God Wars. A Fighter Hat also works, but naturally a Warrior Helm is a lot easier to get than a Fighter Hat, so I'm using that. What a Fighter Hat does, or excuse me, a Warrior Helm does, it actually gives you +5 in your slash bonus, which is pretty significant at God Wars bosses. The key to soloing God Wars bosses is to make your accuracy as high as possible, because they do have very high defense, so wearing a Warrior Helm for that extra 5 slash bonus is actually very important when you're soloing. Secondly, the Abyssal Tentacle. Now, previously people actually believed that you should use a Zammy Hasta while killing this boss. That was due to the thought that people thought that the boss was weak to stab. However, that has been disproven. It is not weak to specifically stab. That being said, let's take a look at our stats really quickly. I have a Hasta in my inventory, so with the Kraken Whip, we have 118 slash and 121 strength bonus. If we put on the Hasta, we have 10 less accuracy and... I forgot my number. And 11 less strength bonus. So that's actually very significant. So overall, the whip is better as long as it's a Kraken Whip. So overall, Kraken Whip is better to use, especially with that extra accuracy from the Warrior Helm. Now, the only upsides that the Zammy Hasta has is that it does give a little defense bonus. However, the bulk of the damage you're taking while at solo Zammy is from magic, so the defense bonuses really aren't that big of a deal. So overall, I found it is definitely better to use a Kraken Whip. Alright, I'm going to bank my Hasta quick, and then we can look at our inventory. Alright, so taking a look at our inventory, we have a Dragon Halberd, a Sarah Brew, a Super Restore, a Super Attack and Strength, 2 Prayer Potions, a Sandfew Serum, House Tabs, a Zammy item, and Sharks. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the spec weapon. First of all, Dragon Halberd is better to use than a Sarah Godsword while soloing, I found. Here's the reason why. Sarah Godsword is great to use while doing duo, trio, 4-man trips, etc., etc., simply because you can last there for a very long time, so the healing effect you get adds up after a while. However, while soloing, you're trying to kill the boss as fast as you can, because obviously the faster the boss dies, the less time it has to damage you. Dragon Halberd, while on a Slayer task, has done over 90 damage in one spec for me at Zammy. So that being said, Dragon Halberd can get you some extremely fast kills. So overall, the ability to kill the boss really fast with the Dragon Halberd is more useful when soloing than getting the extra healing from a Sarah Godsword. So definitely bring a Dragon Halberd. Sarah Brew, I use this as like combo eating, plus it just helps out sometimes. Super Restore to restore your stats. Super Attack and Strength, I guess you could replace this with a Super Combat if you have them, but they're very expensive, so I don't use them. 2 Prayer Potions and a Sandfew Serum. You need a decent amount of prayer boosting things because Zamorak's special attack does drain your prayer, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. A Sandfew Serum, if you don't know what a Sandfew Serum is, it is a combination of a Super Restore and a Super Anti-Poison. Now when you go to Zamorak, you do need an anti-poison. However, a Sandfew Serum gives me that anti-poison and it still provides another prayer boosting slot. So if you can get your hands on Sandfew Serums, they are extremely useful here. If not, just replace this Sandfew Serum with a Super Anti-Poison and then replace one of these Sharks with another prayer potion. Alright, I'm going to move on to the second setup now. Now this second setup is one that I haven't really used much, as I don't find it to be as effective as far as kills per hour go or anything, but it does actually work. So basically, when you kill the Godwars, or excuse me, the Zammy boss, what it does is you pray melee and it hits you with a magic special attack. That's what does the most damage to you. However, you can pray mage and tank the melee hits. So as you can see, right now I have a pretty much full Barrows tank setup going on right now. If you have a gear setup similar to this, I have over 400 defense bonuses in some of these things, so you have really, really high defense. However, I found that because with this setup, like your overall DPS is so much lower that you still end up taking the same amount of damage because the kill is so much slower that by the end of it, it really has equaled out. So you can try this setup out if you want to, and if you're more successful with it, go for it. Just in my opinion, I choose not to do it. And if we look in the inventory, it's the exact same thing. Nothing really has changed. So, alright, those are your two possible setups, guys. Once you have chosen one, I guess let's head to Godwars. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now is break my Trollheim teleport. If you don't know how I'm getting Trollheim teleports, what you do is you use a scroll of redirection from Nightmare Zone, and you use it on a house tab, and it'll allow you to make a Trollheim tab. You do have to complete the Edgar's Ruse quest in order to do this. However, if you're soloing Zamorak, I kind of trust you've already done that quest. I'm just gonna hope, but at any rate, if you cannot do this, then I guess just make your way to Godwars the normal way by running through all the trolls and whatnot. So, alright, I will meet you guys back in just a second once I am going down the road. Alrighty, once you have arrived at the hole in the ground, make sure you put on your Zamorak item and then you can climb down. You will get hit by some of these guys, so basically once you crawl down, kill this imp. It should be around in this area. Run a bit north so the Sarah minions stop attacking you. And then from this point forward, you don't actually want to cross over just yet. When you cross over into the Zamorak area, your prayer is drained to 0. So obviously I have some extra prayer points sitting around, so what I'm going to do is just try and kill these things as fast as I can. Always try and keep an eye out for when Sarah minions are attacking these blood velds. They'll be like they'll be low health, and they're quick, easy kill count. But apart from that, just turn on your piety or whatever pray you have, and just try and kill these as quick as you can. Now, make sure you are praying melee as well. You don't want to take any damage in the process. So, what I like to do is just turn pray melee on and pray flick these guys until I'm out of prayer. And I guess I'll be back in just a second when that has happened. Alright, so I'm out of prayer points. I'm going to cross over the bridge. It is just the northern part of Godwars. Should be pretty near to where you're killing these Zamorak monsters. Once you come over here, basically what you're going to do to get kill count is cycle through these 4 imps. So there's one right here, nice and close to the entrance. Kill this one. Run a little bit to the southeast, and there's another one. And then after that, run straight east. Wow, I just 3-hit an imp. Run straight east, and there will be 2 more. There's usually one here. It's usually on the east side of this little rock formation, so usually not right here. And then there should be another one right about here. If you're on a fast or a high population world, they should spawn fairly quickly, so just run back over here and kill them. Another method is to quick hop. If you're using the OS Buddy Pro client, you can use the quick hop method and just hop between worlds to kill imps. However, sometimes during the day, it's kind of hard to find multiple open worlds to hop between and stuff, so plus it's just, I don't know, I find it tedious. So as you can see here, I only had to stand there for about 5 seconds, and the imps are spawning again, so this works out just fine. Just cycle through these imps until you get 40 kill count, and then you're ready to go. Okay, once you have your 40 kill count, you are ready to go in. So first of all, let's set your quick prayers, put it on protect item, protect melee, and piety. Once you've done that, excuse me, once you've done that, drink a dose of Sarah Brew, a dose of Sandfuse Serum, a dose of Prayer Potion, and then your superset. If you don't have Sandfuse Serum, just drink your Super Restore. The reason why I drink my Sandfuse Serum is because not only did it restore my stats, but it also gave me immunity from poison for a while, so once you've done all this, you're ready to go in. Turn on your quick prayers, put on your fire cape, and let's do this. Now, naturally, the level 650, you know, the really big guy, that's the boss. That's the one you want to attack. Now, here's the method. You attack it twice with your whip. 1, 2, and then you walk under. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, and then we walk under. Now, the reason why you do this is because if you walk under him at the right time, you can potentially miss out on one of his attacks, like the attack won't hit you where it normally would have, and you can miss getting specced out, so do this for a while until you feel comfortable with the situation at your HP and whatnot, and then I'm going to eat some food because I am a bit low right now. When you eat food, make sure you walk under him, and I'm going to use my D-Halley specs now. Oh, that's 0-0. Make sure it's on slash, because obviously you have, slash boosting things, not on stab or anything. Just keep walking under him because the Halley is so slow, just keep walking under him. Okay, well I had some pretty bad specs, but it happens. Once your specs are unleashed and everything, you should be good to go. Just carry on doing your 2-hit method. Try to keep your health about 60 and above. The special attack can hit... I think the max is close to 60. It's in the 50s. Pretty much whenever you get specced, you can expect to get hit, at least a 30 to 40. So make sure you keep your health fairly high because you can get comboed very easy by the minions. So always stay around 60 to 70. The higher the better, really. Alright, this kill is almost over, so as you can see, it is a pretty easy boss to kill. And this is me. Oh, see, there we go. I got hit at 49. There was a special attack in the chat box. You will know when you get specced. The chat box says he slams the ground, draining your prayer, etc., etc. So you will know when you get specced, and this kill is almost over. And there we go. Now, once it is dead, this is what I like to do. Try and pray flick as best you can. It can get a little difficult. I'm not very good at it, but kill Zackle Grinch first. He is the ranger, and because you're wearing D-hide and whatnot, he will do the most damage to you. Try and pray flick, protect from melee. I didn't mean to attack him. This one is the meleeer, so you can try and flick on melee like I did right there really quickly before he hits you. That way you won't take any damage from them as well. And I guess once that's done, just finish killing the minions, try and keep your prayer up, and you are ready for another kill. That is going to be it for this solo Zamorak guide. I hope you guys all did enjoy, / found it useful or helpful. If you guys did, feel free to leave a like, it really does help, and guess leave some feedback down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you later.